I've heard some hullabaloo about what's going on in August of this year, and it's all about this total solar eclipse on August the 21st. So parts of the U.S. are going to see the moon completely cover the sun. So the path of totality runs from Oregon all the way to South Carolina, a huge stretch across almost the biggest expanse of the U.S. So we want to learn some more about this. Talking to us now is Michael Zeiler. He's the owner and founder of Great American Eclipse. Michael, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. I'm pleased to be with you.
Okay, so this eclipse, I mean, we're making a really big deal about it in the scientific and nerd community, but why should someone care about this eclipse? Why is it a big deal?
It's a big deal because it simply is the most beautiful sight that anyone can see in the sky. For precious few minutes, the sky suddenly turns dark, and the sun's corona, which revolves around us every single day, suddenly becomes visible, and you will be shocked and stunned at the sight of totality.
So the corona, what do you mean by that?
The corona is actually the atmosphere of the sun, and it's constantly changing over time. So every single eclipse looks a little bit different, but it's unlike anything you've ever seen before. It's constantly shaped by the magnetic field of the sun. So it's always changing with each eclipse. But the point to emphasize is that it is strikingly beautiful, and you will gasp at the sight.
I've heard that once you see a total solar eclipse that you can't go back to the partials. Is that true?
Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, a lot of people who have seen total solar eclipses travel all over the world to see total solar eclipses. In fact, right here is a globe that I've made that shows all of the total solar eclipses of the 21st century. So this globe is really a vacation guide for several lifetimes, actually.
So, Michael, but I mean, this is rare? Is it rare for us to see a total eclipse in the U.S.?
Well, actually, as you can see on the globe, it's not terribly rare. There's a total solar eclipse somewhere on Earth every 16 or 18 months. But what is rare is for it to appear in the United States. It's been 38 years since the last total solar eclipse in the continental U.S. So it's a real treat. We haven't seen this recently, so most people haven't had a chance to see one.
What is the next date for us to be able to see this in the U.S.?
After this one, the next one is coming in 7 years on April 8th, 2024. And that eclipse traces a path from Texas up through Maine. So that'll be a second opportunity.
So another good chance, but I mean, 7 years is a long time to wait. You want to go see this one. What time does this eclipse start in the Pacific Northwest?
It starts around 10:15 a.m. On the coast of Oregon, and it takes about 93 minutes to traverse the entire country before it exits just north of Charleston, South Carolina.
So when you're looking at these maps that kind of show this shaded in area with a red line through the middle, is that entire shaded area where you will see the total eclipse, or do you need to be right on that red line?
You don't need to be exactly on the line, the center line of the eclipse, but you want to be reasonably close to it. You definitely want to be within that shaded path to really see the spectacle. Oftentimes, people look at my eclipse maps and they see 99%, 98%, and they wonder, am I going to see a show there? Well, you will, but it will be nothing like going inside the path of totality. So that's where you really want to be.
Okay, so that's the goal. What would you say if you're looking at the forecast and it looks like there might be clouds? Would you start driving?
Absolutely, that's my plan. My plan is I've got a targeted location for myself and my family, but if clouds are in the forecast, we're definitely packing up and moving somewhere else. And to keep that mobility, you want to check the weather forecast on weather.com and other places. And you also want to pack tent and sleeping bags. There's going to be plenty of temporary camping spots set up. So if you're mobile and aware and watch the weather carefully, you could ramp up your odds of success to a very high percentage.
Okay, so are there popular viewing spots that you've heard of?
Oh, yeah. There's plenty of great viewing spots across the country. But I would emphasize the point that the best place to see the eclipse is where you are under clear skies inside the path of totality. That's what's most important, is to get inside the path under clear skies, and you will have a magnificent view no matter where you are.
Even if you're pulled on the side of the road?
Absolutely.